Minecraft speedrunning can look very confusing. This guy's got his F3 splattered across the whole screen and his FOV's at 30. Like, what is he doing? In this tutorial, I'll try to explain all of it from the ground up. Broadly speaking, we want to get to the nether as fast as possible. Normally, you'd get a diamond pickaxe to make the portal, but you can actually do it way faster with the 7 sexy iron. That's all you need. I didn't think I'd ever say that in a video, but look, I had to come up with something memorable. You're not going to forget that you need 7 iron, are you? 3 for a bucket to make the portal, 1 more to light the portal, and 3 more so you can mine in the nether. Technically, this isn't all you need. You need to spawn next to some lava, and you probably need some food to survive. So really, it's 7 sexy iron plus lava food. There are 2 very easy ways to get all of this: villages and shipwrecks. Either of these can get you in the nether in under 3 minutes. Let's start with villages, but you need to make sure you're on the right version first, so pull up your Minecraft launcher. We need to be on version 1.16.1. So you can go to installations, new installation, and type 116.1. And while you can use the techniques I'll show you in other versions of the game, this version has better terrain, better pearl rates. It's what every speedrunner does. Make sure you do this. And if you want to practice on the same world, which I would recommend, you can go to more world options and type 39 as the seed. This will make sure we spawn next to a village. Okay, we're in. First thing I'd recommend doing is just turning up your render distance so you can see any villages close to you, because odds are you're not going to spawn inside of a village. You'll also notice that we spawn next to a lava pool, which is really good. But often the distance towards the sun, you'll just barely see the roofs of the village houses, so we're gonna head over there first to get our 7 sexy iron. To get our iron though, we're gonna need to get some stone tools. So I like to punch down on the side of a village house, that way you have easy access to cobblestone. We're just gonna make a wooden pickaxe, basic Minecraft, to make our stone pickaxe, but we're also gonna make a couple extra tools. Actually, easy way to remember it, make every single stone tool except a sword. The basic idea is get stone tools so you can do stuff, and 2 rows of slabs. This is important because we're going to use them to make a composter and barrel. We're going to use these to get our bucket, but first thing I'm going to do is get the easy access iron. We're going to kill the iron golem. Iron golems always spawn near the center of a village. You can tell it's the center because there's bells nearby. And all we're going to do is hit the iron golem, back away, and stack up 3 blocks. As long as there aren't any blocks for the iron golem to step up on, you'll be fine. Just make sure that you do that. You might die otherwise. I'd also recommend crouching when you hit the iron golem. It just makes your hitbox lower so it's easier to hit. You'll notice though, we only have 3 of the 7 sexy iron. We need 4 more. How are we going to get those 4? Well, we're actually not going to get 4 iron. We're going to buy a bucket directly from a villager. This is why we have the barrel and composter. We need some stuff to sell though, so just head over to some hay bales in the area. 15 or so should be good. It just depends how much food you want. You're going to use a stack to buy the bucket. From here, we need to find a villager to employ with our composter. And actually, in a lot of villages, there's already going to be a composter. So like in this case, I didn't need to craft one, but I checked the villager. He's not buying wheat. So all you do, you just remove his job. You destroy the workstation. And if there's another composter nearby, he'll go and pick up another job. So if all goes right, you use a stack of wheat to get 3 emeralds. Now we need to find a second villager because that one, he's like permanently a farmer now. I found another guy, so I'm going to place my barrel down first and break the composter. He should pick up the workstation as the barrel, but in this case, he just goes wandering off to some other workstation, maybe behind a hill. Villagers can be pretty tricky to deal with. In this case, it was just another random villager. Even though I had a villager 1 block away from it, a guy 30 blocks away claimed it. Same principle applies for trading with this villager. If he is not selling a bucket of cod, you just break the workstation and replace it, and he'll get a job again. But congratulations, you have everything you need to enter the nether, and we have tons of food. We have 25 bread in like 3 minutes. You remember how we killed the iron golem earlier though? They can drop anywhere from 3 to 5 iron. Since I only got 3, I could only make the pickaxe, right? So I don't have a flint and steel to light my portal. At this point, normally you'd go over to a river biome or a pond to get some flint for your flint and steel, but I don't have that, which is fine. We can light a portal without flint and steel. Also, I totally ignored the lava pool back there just because it was like kind of in the side of the mountain, and I think like for teaching how to build a portal, you shouldn't do it when it's crammed on the side of a hill. We're gonna go back to the open one. I think lava portals seem a lot more complicated than they actually are. All you need to do is find a stretch of lava 4 blocks long. You don't technically need to find one that's 4 blocks long, but that's what I'd recommend to start out. Place a block in the middle of those 4 and a water next to it. Break the block, and you've now got the base of your portal. So this is the bottom, and this is the beginning of the wall. If you think about it, we're gonna go 1, 2, 3. That's the height of our portal. The way I like to think about it is we have 1 obsidian, 2 obsidian, 3 obsidian, and then we hug it. So if you imagine, we're just gonna fill in these slots with lava, and it's gonna turn into obsidian. Conveniently, we can also just put our water bucket on the little L that we've made, It's going to flow down into the center, not going to ruin all of our lava. If you're ever worried about it ruining your lava, I just recommend digging a hole right here, and then you're just guaranteed for it to never spill over. But then we can take our lava, 1, 2, it's now 3 tall. We can start making the roof, kind of cool. We can start making this side, but uh-oh, that one's not turning into obsidian. All you need to do is go to like 1 block behind this pillar, place a block, this is just so it doesn't spill over everywhere, and then 1 next to it. This bumps up the water, so now it turns into obsidian. Normally, you'll have flint and steel, like you would go grab a flint from a river or a pond somewhere, but I didn't because I only got 3 iron from the iron golem, so I don't have enough to make my flint and steel. But it's actually fine. We can still enter the nether without a flint and steel. We're gonna do it with wood lighting. So the basic idea is pretty simple. I'm just going to dig a little pit for lava to go and then place wood on the side. So this is going to catch on fire. A really cool way to speed this up, though, is if you actually turn it to hard mode, it'll catch fire faster. So now we just chill out and hopefully it doesn't take too long. Hey, there we go. We've entered the nether in like 4 minutes. A pro tip, if you can't find a lava pool, you can actually use water pools to find lava pools. I mean, it's not guaranteed, but 80% of the time, I think, or something like that, there's a lava pool underneath a water pool. So you can just dig down next to it and find lava. You probably need to go to your options, accessibility settings, and turn on subtitles though, because you can use this to find lava. So in the bottom right, it'll say footsteps as I'm walking around, but if I get close to lava, it says lava pops. It'll have arrows to point you in the direction of the lava. So if you're looking at it, there won't be any arrows. But if I look this way, oh, lava left, here it is. Caves, okay. Caves are also a decent option for finding lava. You just got to make sure you go all the way down to Y level 11. From here, I'd recommend digging the block at your feet, putting a water bucket in your head, swimming into the hole, picking up the water, and now you can start mining in a 1Y hole. Same thing with the subtitles. I can dig in the direction of the lava. I was building a portal here. I just kind of forgot to hit record. Same principle applies though. You just place a block, water next to it, break the block, and now like this turned into cobblestone, so it didn't work perfectly, but I can just fill that in. This is the base of our portal. Then we have 1, 2, 3. That's where obsidian's gonna go. We can kind of think of where it's gonna be, and then I just need to dig out a little bit more area to have the water flow. And then from here, I can just kind of fill in the edges of our portal. You see how it's kind of coming together like this? Entering with a village is cool, but entering with a shipwreck is way cooler and way faster. Same thing with the practice. We can play the same world, just type 13, and we're going to spawn next to a shipwreck. However, when you first load in, you're not usually going to spawn next to a shipwreck like this. So you're going to need to look into the ocean to find them. But it's pretty hard to look in the ocean as it is. I'm pretty sure there's a shipwreck off in that direction. You can't really see it. The way to fix this, though, is go into your options, resource packs, open pack folder. This will bring you to your .minecraft folder, so you can just click here. You're in .minecraft. If you scroll down, there's a whole bunch of text files. Find the one that says options.txt. This one right here. Not options of txt. That gets a little bit confusing. But if you double click on it and you scroll down, I don't know, maybe 20 lines or so, it says gamma. Turn this from a 1.0 to a 5.0. Then you can just do Control S or file save. But I actually totally forgot something. It's not going to update if you have your Minecraft open. So close your Minecraft. You should still have your text file open. Just make sure it's a 5. Reload. And now when you look at your game, you can actually see, look, there's a shipwreck off in the distance. Shipwrecks can be found in basically every ocean biome, but you want to go deeper water. Deeper water is just better. And there's 3 parts to a ship. There's the back, middle, and front. You can tell it's the front because it has the pointy end. The back is super bulky. We always want to look for the back because the back has the iron chest. The middle one has the buried treasure chest under here. You probably won't use this much. The front, though, has the food chest. You're always going to be using this. So with the speedrun, I always want to beeline it towards the treasure chest, because if it doesn't have 7 iron, you're screwed. You should just restart. We only have 6, but we have 27 iron nuggets. That's enough to make 3 more ingots. Oh, also, you can grab the gold, but in this case, there's not even enough to make an ingot, so I'm not going to bother with it. Now you can just head to the center of the ship, because there's logs, and mine 3 of them, just like how we mine 3 to make our wooden pickaxe, but this time, we're going to make a wooden axe. And while you have the sticks there, you might as well craft your pickaxe and bucket, turn the rest into ingots so you can make your flint and steel. We're pretty much done with the 7 sexy iron. We just want to grab some more wood because we're going to make a boat and doors. That's what's important about looting ships first. In this case, though, I forgot to make my shovel, so I'm just gonna make that too. And then, of course, don't forget to grab your food on your way out. You might need it later on. So now that we have everything, how do we enter the nether? We used lava last time. There's like not lava in the ocean, is there? There is. And it's really cool. If you hold your F3 button and press the letter B, you'll turn on hitboxes. With hitboxes, you can see things floating in the water. This is important because we want to look for kelp floating on the surface. But with your default Minecraft settings, it's pretty hard to do that. So go to your options, video settings, scroll all the way down, and turn up your entity distance to 500%. This just makes it so you can see entities floating in the water from further away. So now, if I turn left, oh, look at that! There's kelp floating on the surface. This means there's a magma ravine under it. Okay, not always, but most of the time there is. Magma ravines are what you want to find, but sometimes it's kind of tricky. The only other tips are go to deeper ocean and just really keep your eye out. Sometimes they can be pretty tricky to find. Like the lava pool from last time, we're gonna use the magma ravine to enter the nether. I thought this was the coolest thing when I learned to speedrun. First thing, though, is you want to grab your flint because we still don't have that yet. So on your way down to the magma, grab your flint. Now all we do is find an L shape in the ravine. This right here, this is a perfect L shape. Mine one of the corners. So not this one, but this one or this one should do. So I'll mine it. Then you just want to make sure you breathe. Mine, breathe, make your backboards. And now we need access to the magma. All we do, you can actually use the middle button on your mouse. It'll just bring up your magma block from your inventory. You can place that down, and now you have access to the lava. From here, you got to be very careful. Grab the biggest one that you can see, place it to your left. You've made 2 bits of the obsidian. But if you think about it, there's lava under this bit of obsidian. So that's 1, 2, 3. That's the height of the portal. Then if we make sure we grab just below this obsidian, so directly in front of us, 1 more, boom, this is the top of our portal. So we're just building the frame out like this. The only important thing is you want to make sure that we've grabbed the one that was in front of us here, but we also want to grab the one directly under the magma block. So if I just aim here, boom, we've grabbed the one under the magma block and the one right next to it. We can place this as the 3rd obsidian on the right side, and then just under this obsidian, we can grab 1 more and finish the portal. From here, you literally just keep breaking blocks until you see obsidian. That is the entire portal. We can just drain it and light it. The reason I was saying be careful is because we grabbed the 2 lava that was right here and then directly in front of us where this stone block is, right? The reason you don't want to keep looking down and grabbing it is because you'll grab the lava that was right here. So if I go into creative real quick, and if we had grabbed this, once we go with the water to drain it all, it's gonna be cobblestone. So when you're sitting in your corner, just make sure you aim forward and that's where you grab your lava. Another thing, when I was starting off, I was like, oh my gosh, I need to find an L in the magma. You don't actually need to find an L. Like if you imagine there's an L right here, so I could just do this, place my doors like so, and then build my portal from here. I'll give you one more refresher. So mine one of the edges. You want to make sure you're on the obsidian when you mine it, because if you're directly above it, you're gonna fall through and die. So it's mine 1, make sure you breathe. Oh, I'm holding doors. Let's build the backboard. Oh, I need lava to build a portal, huh? So let's get access to the lava. We go 1 to the side, grab from in front of us, start building the top. Make sure you grab 1 more for the left. Make sure we grab the one under the magma block though, and then we can just mine. So from here, this is kind of a messed up portal. There wasn't lava where the stone is. So you can kind of just place any lava that you might have, but just drain the portal first, and then you just do some portal repair work. Maybe mine a block here so that it doesn't come in and burn you, or just stand up here. But boom, there you go, just portal repair work. Last couple tips about ships. There's a lot of different variations. You'll just get more used to them as you do more speedruns. Some of them are pretty tricky because you're not gonna have a door to breathe. All you can do, though, is you can just make a pressure plate and use this as your breathing spot. But you might be like, oh my gosh, Wreck, how do I stay down? I can't breathe. I can't breathe. Don't worry. Just go to the edge. Swim on the very edge. So if I look at my hitboxes, half of my hitbox is in the air, half of it's in the water. You need part of it in the water so that you can swim. And then from here, you can mine your logs. I generally try to place the pressure plate next to any logs that I see. And then just like before, you can tell that this is the front part because it's pointy. This is the middle. That's the back. The front always has the food, so you can just grab your food while you're here. Oh, and then a really cool thing about shipwrecks too. Once you've mined one log, you can make your crafting table. Just look down and place your crafting table. It'll put it above you on your pressure plate. So now you don't even have to worry. You're just underwater in an air pocket. It's super cool. This shipwreck was a total dud though. We literally got 2 iron. So if you get anything less than 7, you just have to restart. Remember, the 7 sexy iron. In cases like this though, you need 9 iron, at least 9 iron, because you're gonna need 2 of it to make the pressure plate. You can use gold though. Like if you get gold from it, you can make a gold pressure plate. That works totally fine too. But alternatively, instead of banking on there being 9 instead of 7 in a shipwreck like that, you can just mine your logs, make your wooden axe, boat, and doors here, and then go to the ship. And you can just use the door you crafted on land to breathe underwater. So there's a lot of variation. It's totally normal not to get everything first go. The most important thing is just to practice, practice, practice. Next up, the Nether. Probably the place with the coolest strategies. But I haven't made that video yet. It should be coming out in a few days. I'd recommend trying to enter the Nether on this world and a world that you generate of your own. So you got to problem solve, figure out what to do, but you got it. I believe in you. And the video's probably on the end screen right now, so you can click that and we'll figure out how to work out the Nether.